Next up, Stalker. Okay, so hear me out. I'm gonna put it into meh.
Legalize nuclear bombs.
Alright boys, today we have a bit of a different video actually. Since I've been playing with so many different horror mods and horror dweller mods specifically, I thought it would be interesting if I do a tier list of all the dwellers that I've seen up to this point. And before anyone in the comments goes and says, "Why are you calling them dwellers? These are not dwellers." Yes, I know, but if you put the word dweller in the title of a YouTube video, it typically does well, okay? So shut the fuck up. So as you can see, we have a few tiers over here. We got Goated at the top. Then we have close the game, which I think it's pretty self-explanatory. It's, you know, the scariest one. Then we have the tier I shit myself, which is basically when your reaction to a dweller is something like this. Then we have the I'm scared tier, which is just, you know, an average tier. It's just like, okay, this dweller is scary. If I see it, I'm gonna be kind of scared, but it's not like I'm gonna close the game level. Then we have the meh, which is kind of like, okay, you tried to do something scary, but maybe it just didn't work out right. And then we have not as scary. I didn't want to put not scary because for me everything is scary at least a little bit. Like, I'm just scared of everything. So let's start off here with the original cave dweller. Now the thing is, I never really played with the original cave dweller, but let's be real, if this thing isn't goated, you know, if this thing wasn't even existing, then none of the ones below would exist anyway. So this one has to be goated. Then we have the cave dweller Reimagined. Now this is the first cave dweller that I played with, and I think it's really good. I think it just has to be goated because it is a foundation for a lot of other dwellers, you know, especially the Swaley ones, which basically have the same like AI and shit. So I feel like it kind of has to be goated, you know what I mean? What do we have next? Next we have the corpse stalker. Now, again, it's basically the cave dweller that looks a bit different. I never really heard actually what sounds the corpse stalker has, because when I did play with the corpse stalker, I had the overhaul resource pack thing, which it really shouldn't have had. So we're just gonna put it in I'm scared, you know, it's scary, you know what I mean? Then we have the Christmas one, the Krampus or whatever you want to call it. I tried this one out with Swaley and Puff, and I gotta say it's probably one of the more unique Swaley dwellers. But I didn't really shit myself, so I feel like I'm gonna put it in the I'm scared category as well. Now we have the man from the fog. Now this is interesting, because when it comes to the man from the fog, this guy got updated a lot. It went through a lot of different phases. The first one was just, you know, he appears, if you look at him, he runs at you, and that's pretty much all he does. And it wasn't that good. It really didn't feel like he was a threat, like pretty much at all. If you got too close, he disappeared. It was really only if you directly look at him, which, why would you do that? The only reason we did it when we were playing in season 1 is because, well, it was kind of funny to like look at him and then try to hide and let the other guy die from him, you know what I mean? But then the man from the fog got a huge update, and I think that was the point where the man from the fog was the best.
Let me explain.
Because I don't know what it was, but it kind of worked the same way, but it got a bunch of new animations, a bunch of new, it got the effects when he's running, the music changed, it was way better. But the thing that I liked the most was that he sometimes just like appeared in front of you. Like, it still only ran at you if you looked at him, but sometimes if you were just looking around, he would just appear exactly where you were looking at, so he started running at you immediately. And that was really scary, actually. That was my favorite Man from the Fog era. But then what they did is they made it that you have to look at him for him to go away, which I don't think was a good idea. So I'm not a big fan of the new update. That's why I'm gonna put it in I shit myself. I would have put it in close the game if it was still the way it was before, because I think that was amazing. The fact that he appeared where you were looking at and started running at you, I think that was amazing. It came out of nowhere, it was really scary. But yeah, I think the previous update was the best state the Man from the Fog was in ever. Next up is the Midnight Lurker. Now this guy also got a big ass update recently, which is really good. Because now there's like a jump scare, now there's like weird, the faces, hallucination thing. And that's all great, but the game just runs like ass with this fucking mod. Maybe not anymore, maybe it was fixed, because I saw that it did get updated a few times since I've had the issues with this mod. But you know, I'm not gonna take that into consideration. When it first came out, it was really goofy, because it only had the weird pop-up jump scare, which had no sound. It was literally just a PNG. But I feel like it kind of has to go into I'm scared. Maybe I shit myself, but I don't know. I feel like it's more just an I'm scared. The thing I liked about this one is that he sometimes just walks to you without you knowing. It doesn't make a sound. It doesn't make anything. It just starts walking to you. That's how I saw him the first time in season 1, and that really creeped me out. Next one is the Goatman. Now, as much as the flame / swaley dwellers are all kind of similar with just different textures and sounds, I feel like they really nailed it with the Goatman, which is kind of ironic because Flame said he made this in like 1 hour or something. I'm just gonna put it into the close the game tier because the sounds that this motherfucker makes really creep me the fuck out, bro. And with the new update that came out recently, it's just really good. Next up, Stalker. Okay, so hear me out. I'm gonna put it into meh. But here's the thing, I haven't seen the new version because this was updated quite a while ago actually, but I haven't seen him since I don't know when. A while ago is when I last saw this Stalker, so I don't know how he is right now. But I did hear that it got a new music, it got a new appearance and everything, but I haven't seen that. And I gotta say that the older version is kind of meh, okay? It's not really scary, it's this little guy just kind of running at you and with a very vibing music in the background, might I say.
Now I'm scared.
Next up is the one who watches. This guy is terrifying. You know what? Just roll the clip.
Oh.
Jesus Christ!
Crafting. Use mouse cursor or tab button to select element.
Oh my god, I turned on the narrator. This guy literally made me turn on the narrator from smashing my keyboard. This guy goes straight into the close the game section, bro. I feel like the one who watches is probably one of the most unique ones. I really like the way he doesn't make sounds until he's in your face, you know what I mean? Not to mention the jump scare that they added recently is absolutely terrifying. Oh, Jesus! It's all in all just a great horror mod, I gotta say. Next up is Nightmare.jar. Here's the thing about Nightmare.jar. I don't think Nightmare.jar is bad or really good either. I think it makes really cool sounds. They're pretty much just like a more insane version of the Cave Dweller Reimagined one. And the model looks cool as well, but the main thing with Nightmare.jar, in my opinion, is that it was just overhyped. There was so much hype for this mod and then it was delayed so much, which fair enough because it got leaked and everything. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it in the I shit myself because I did get really scared when I played the alpha version of it. And I did get pretty scared when I played with the updated version. But this is the mod I was expecting to be like the Goatman, you know? Really crazy good, you know what I mean? So Swaley, if you want me to put this guy higher, send me the updated version, because I haven't seen it yet. I know you made a video on it, but I haven't watched it yet, and I don't know what it is, and I haven't seen it. So if the updated version is really good, I might put it up here. Next up is the Wendigo, or Skinstalker, or whatever it's called. The fact that we don't really know if it's called the Wendigo or Skinstalker or whatever is already kind of a, you know, a bad sign. Not to mention that if I put it next to the fucking Corpse Stalker, like this is a dead giveaway that is straight up a same thing with a different texture. So we'll just put it in the I'm scared section. Next up is the Fever Dream, or as I like to call it, the Fever Fuck. As much as this guy can be very annoying, I think it's really good. I really like it. I like how it's developed as well. Like as in the first iterations, it appeared with the chat message, which I thought was kind of boring because you just knew when he's coming. So I actually suggested to the mod creator that, you know, like maybe you should do something else when he appears, you know, instead of the chat message. I actually recommended to just get rid of the chat message and that's it. But he came up with a way better idea and he made it so the darkness happens like 2 seconds before he appears, right? Which I thought it was really smart because again it kind of gives it away, but at the same time it's like darkness, you could get that from other things as well. So it's kind of like, oh, what's happening? And then he comes out of the ground, you know what I mean? But it also got, you know, new animations a while ago and stuff, and I think it's really good. The sounds are really good. It's gotta go at least in the I shit myself section. The next one is the Slumbering Omen, or as I like to call him, the Mining Dweller, because bro mined up our whole house in one of the episodes.
Oh! It's got mine!
I don't know what to say about this guy. I've only seen him once, and it was like a huge ass boss battle. It was like a 10-minute thing that I completely like caught up because it was just the same thing of spikes coming out and us dying and the guy just being in the hole in our house. But it's pretty good, honestly, because there's a lot of different things with the mod, because there's also like the hallucination one that comes out of nowhere sometimes. and you get like this effect sometimes, and then you start seeing things, and it's got the weird jump scare thing. There's a lot of things with this mod, so we're gonna put it in the I shit myself section. You can also imagine these tiers as, you know, S, A, B, C, and so on. I just like to name them kinda because it's kinda funny. The last one we have is the creation. I don't know what to say about it. It's the cave dweller. That's a bit different, I guess. Again, I want to put it here because I think it's better than the Wendigo. Like, I feel like it's more scary than the Wendigo, for example, but also at the same time I feel like the Man from the Fog is better. It almost feels like we need another tier here. Hold up. We're just gonna call it I'm Very Scared. There we go. Saved. I think that's it. I think that's all the dwellers that I've seen. I know that there's the other Christmas one that Swaley did, the weird reindeer one, and there's probably some other ones that I missed, but those ones I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't really know them, so I didn't want to really rate them. But I feel like this is a decent tier list. I feel like the Goatman, One Who Watches, Man from the Fog, these are really the best in my opinion. So this is my tier list. I'd say this is pretty decent. I'm probably gonna have to update it at some point because the Starved Sucker got updated and I haven't seen that yet. We'll see if Swaley's gonna give me the updated Nightmare, so that might get bumped up. A lot of these mods, even the Man from the Fog, all of them are changing all the time, so you know, this might change completely. Make sure you leave some comments on what you think about these dwellers, like which ones would you rate, where, what's the dweller that scares you the most. Let me all those things. What? Let me know what you think about all of those things down in the comments. I'm really intrigued to see what you guys think. And that's all from me for today. See you guys next time.
Adios.